Hi friends, I'm Colonel Failure and this is Bulldozer Power's triumphant third season in Motorsport Manager. Coming away from the Ardennes with a somewhat disappointing 9th place finish for Nicholas Hazel with Vanessa Silveira in 12th. It's okay. But that does mean that Hazel gets to keep the better car for the next race. He is the driver of the future, and it's largely down to his ability to overtake that is allowing him to stay in that position. So he gets to keep the good car for now. Meanwhile, the pit crew have called for my attention, and Brian Longjohns here is calling for my attention because he's absolutely knackered. Well, Brian, what can I say? He's not getting any better either. I don't want to hire any more pit crew. Auto manage option. Auto manage? Automate the management of the pit crew on. This works for me. And who do we want to... Alex, you can take charge. You're not quite good as pit stops, but you'll get better. Or since his skills have peaked, you won't get better. How about Gary here? He's in charge. And he's a good race mechanic. Nah, I think we'll stick Alex in charge. Alex, you're in charge, right? Just sort them out, all right? I'm over it. They can just be looked after by the experts on the team. I want to get back to the important stuff. So here we go. That's from practice. Gary's here with the car. Hazel's car actually had only dropped by a very small amount over the duration of the race, which is grand. Vanessa thrashed the hell out of her car. Well, that's not so bad. Arnold Boycott, which is how he pronounced his name, is asking whether I've got time to answer a quick question from the Herald. For you, always. You attempted a quick pit stop with Hazel in the last race, but it resulted in a mistake. Your very own chairman criticised him. Motorsport isn't the place for gambling. Betfair wished to disagree. We had to go for it. We just do. That's all there is to it. And that's upset both the drivers. I don't understand. Never mind. Gary's doing a review on the pit crew. Almost a second slower than our season record, and we had 2 mistakes, but neither were dangerous. Yes. He's conducted after-action reports with the offending crew members, including Dominic Shaughnessy. Feel free to take matters into your own hands. You know what? I'm going to. I've changed my mind. I'm going to look after the pit crew. Why would I wuss out in this regard? I'm going to hire some more as well. Where's the good uns? Mistake chance 0%, but he's rubbish. Or we go for someone who's a bit more likely to wreck everything. He can do some fixing. He's also inexpensive. I'll tell you what, we can reject people we don't want. So Mr. 0.5% chance here. Yeah, get out. That will be filled by another applicant, if I understand the rules of this correctly. Jackson repairing, 0.2%. Tempting to hire. I do need a new tyre person, I believe, because he's completely tired and makes a lot of mistakes. Longjohns makes a lot of mistakes as well. So remove my fatigued crew. We'll put Wakefield in, which was not a great idea. I need to hire someone who knows one end of a tyre from the other. So I think it's going to have to be Parsons. Yeah, go on. I don't want to spend the money. I really don't. Parsons, you're in. Swap Parsons for Wakefield. And hopefully, having one extra person available will make all the difference. You never know. It might not. We'll just have to weather that storm as we carry on here. Also, I should probably swap Parsons with Dana, so that we've got the optimum fixing team. Although Crumpo is lousy at refueling. Do I have already? See, Longjohns is my go-to guy, despite the fact he's made a mistake this season. But we'll sit with that and see how we get on. Anyway, hard-fought win for Masilella in the Ardennes. Kotso Masilella as top in the Firebird MRT. Kitasato was in second, and Double Zero took the final spot. Meanwhile, we've finished building some new brakes. Hooray for us! We can now stop when we see fit to do so. That is undoubtedly beneficial. Undoubtedly. Let's go have a look at the car here. Once these chaps are finished, we'll get some parts rocking on a redevelopment stage. But as we look at the average on the grid, medium speed corners we're 8th best. Deceleration we are the worst. Acceleration we're 8th best, and top speed we're 8th best. Overall, we're 8th best. This isn't good, is it? We've desperately got to improve what we can get out of the car as the season progresses. Okay, Vanessa's here in my inbox, and she's saying she's feeling fit after those fitness courses. She was pretty terrified initially, but after a few midnight log rolling sessions, you start to understand the importance of a healthy body. Now that my courses have ended, I'm making the gym my full-time hobby. Extra fitness, extra improvability. Only lasts for 6 months, but that's all helpful. Right, and the car's been fixed. Good. Let's go play with it. Right then, what have we got at the moment? So we're improving the performance on our main engine? Secondary engine is having its performance improved, and the suspension is also getting tweaked, and that's almost done. We've got some brakes that are being worked on, and I think we've just created our second set of brakes here. Here we go. Good brakes. Let's improve the reliability of those as well, and then we'll balance this out. 1 minute before the race, they hit maximum. Well, that's not so bad. I can live with that. It's tempting to try and get everything ramped up to max, but to be honest, we're not gonna get a lot further than that. I haven't built. So we've developed new brakes. We've developed new engine extensively so far this season. We've also improved the suspension. Both drivers running Chansey suspension. I love it. But we haven't played with the gearbox yet. And acceleration is pretty critical. What have we got coming up here? Acceleration, deceleration, and medium speed corners are what we're looking forward to in Munich. Practice wet, race dry. Okay. Do we want to? We got 6 million quid, which is about the right amount to get us through the season. But we do have sponsors coming in. I have yet to hit up Kurt for a big bag of cash, which is inevitably going to happen. Let's develop a new gearbox. Gearbox crucial, apparently. Right, okay. Acceleration plus 20. Well, that's a no-brainer, isn't it? Yeah, I'll do that. And then in the next one, less reliability, more acceleration. More reliability, boring. More acceleration, more risk. But the more acceleration there is not as good as the no risk version. So that's the way we'll go with that. So this should trigger another hostile email from Kurt pretty quickly, I would have thought. Okay, so Vanessa's been approached to do some modelling for Chiffre, who is one of James Bond's nemesis. It's a pretty nice package they're offering, got to say. Chiffre is the best underwear company around, so I can't wait to get out there and strut my stuff. You are a racing driver first and foremost. You are not some kind of sex symbol. But that said, extra marketability is always a good thing. So so be it. I'm sure Nick would look better in the pants anyway, but who knows. Anyway, gearbox has been done. 284 of 296. That's more like it. We might be able to, well, when we make the next one, we should be able to breach the 300 boundary. Let's have a look and see how we're doing on improvability here. So suspension's almost maxed out now. This engine is pretty much maxed out. We can take that out. 71% on the brakes, and then 69 on the second set of brakes. So if I drop those out and we'll put in our new gearbox, reliability obviously is critical. Top to be honest, I might... No, the other one's got 83%. The other one's fine. Let's give all the staff over to Gary to see if we can't get those as close to being over the line as possible. I'll probably give the brakes another day or two and then drop them back out so we can focus as much as possible on this new gearbox and getting it as reliable as can be. Meanwhile, however, I want to design another one because I'm throwing all caution to the wind this season as far as money is concerned, because we're not competitive, and therefore we need to either spend our way out of trouble or just accept that we live in Troublesville, and that's all there is to it, really. Sophia's in my inbox. Coleman Otti has been reviewed. He's one of the very best drivers in the European Racing Series, and I should think so too. There's some nice numbers going on in there, but is very scared. So when it comes to braking and overtaking, he's only slightly a lot better than both of my drivers. So that's nice, considering offers as well. No, I'm not in the market for a new driver. I'm sitting with the drivers I've got. I'm going to commit to them for as long as they wish to stick around. But it's always good to find out, something else about the talent that's on offer. Where's the one that indicates whether I've scouted them or not? It's there, look. Right, so next up is Cora Allo, who's in the GT Challenger series at the moment. The goal here is quite straight. I'm not looking for replacements. All I'm going to do is I'm going to scout as many people as possible and see what we get. Seems relatively straightforward, doesn't it? So the World Motorsport Championship reports back from Guildford, where they are halfway through the series, round 8 of 16 having been completed, and it's mostly Sane who comes out on top ahead of Ray Don and James Fishburne. This helps Sane's potential this season, bringing him up to 5th overall in the table. He's not exactly in contention, but that's got to feel good for the Italian driving for Steinman, who had a 1-2 finish and clearly feel good about life. But Scuderia are still, head and shoulders ahead of the rest of the pack, and they must surely be thinking about what they're going to do with all that bonus money they get at the end of the season. Meanwhile, in the Asia Pacific Super Cup, Tallulah Hawk is number 1 for Rosetta Corsa, with Craig Smith and Pixelator in 2nd and 3rd respectively. This establishes Hawk at the top of the table, although it is still, given the points on offer in each race, there is still all to play for, as General 4-star, who could only manage a 5th place finish today, is still in contention, only 15 points adrift. It's much closer, however, in the silver medal competition, with Canuck, Pixelator, and Fisher all definitely in the hunt for 2nd place. And to be honest, any of them could win out the season if Hawk can't manage to lock it down relatively quickly. Okay, we're now up to 71% reliability on the new brakes, so I'm going to drop them off for now. It's a bit of a risk, but I want to try and get this new gearbox as finely tooled as it's possible for anything to be tooled, and we're only 2 points adrift when it comes to completing the work on the best suspension that we've got. So I'll let that finish up, and then we'll try and push the primary engine over the line as well and see if that helps us out. So Sophia has completed another bit of scouting, and it's Click Booyao who has been researched this time around. Very consistent is Click, along with an ideal practice driver, most definitely. Not bad across the board elsewhere, but certainly not a superstar as we would know it. But is a party hard kind of an individual of a party hard nature. There we go. Yao is nearing the end of her career. We've had a word from well-placed source that Valerie Yao of Garuda Racing is seriously considering retiring at the end of the season. I'd be amazed if she didn't decide to retire at some point this season, said a close friend of the 36-year-old. Garuda Racing boss Torsten Tretter will be looking to fill the void that Yao leaves as soon as possible. We've also finished scouting Christian West, who sucks. And then here's Kurt again. Just a reminder that we're currently in 5th place in the championship. This is currently better than our target of 9th. So keep up the good work. Cheers, Curtis. Ernie's back. And he's looking for a bribe again. It occurs to me occasionally that you team principals may be interested in tabling a particular motion to the other members of the GMA during the season. I'd like to offer you the chance for an additional vote to this season's number. Now, I wouldn't be a supreme if I wasn't allowed to choose. So he wants me to give him £1 million in order to set a vote in motion. Yeah, I'm going to record that conversation next time, Ernie, and I'm going to take it to the national papers, and you're going to get well and truly stitched up like the proverbial kipper, and then we'll see who's laughing. So Anna's got a report on the upcoming race in Munich. It's a 28-lap race, 3.8 miles, so it's quite a quick track. 1:36 is the lap record. Likely to be some rain during the race. 40% chance of rain, so who knows. I've done quite well in the rain so far this season, but you never know. Meanwhile, Gary's finished his performance work, so I'll go tweak that. That can be done. He's also got some feedback on the factory. A few of the mechanics and I have been wondering if there's any money in the budget to upgrade the factory. If we can make a few changes, it'll give us an edge when it comes to improving part reliability. I can only do one thing a season, really, Gary. If I'm working on parts and building new stuff on a constant basis, then I haven't got the money. I honestly haven't got the money. I mean, test track's still 9 weeks out, so we're not going to see that this season. Well, let's have a look. So, performance is the worst. Factory, we're actually got the second best factory on the grid. Design, we're also second best. Staff, we're 4th, and then staff and brand, we're 3rd. So, no. Is the plain and simple answer that we've got there. I'm not going to upgrade the factory until I've got a telemetry centre, because someone keeps yelling telemetry centre at me and it's haunting me. No, Gary, no, you can't have a better factory. Vanessa's got a dilemma. One of my contacts just told me there's an open slot at Tondela with a bit of practice. If I could get some quality time there, it'd really improve our chances. What do you think? Adds personality trait Tondela expert. Costs £1 million. Interesting, because I always struggle in Tondela, and I think we visit it a couple of times each season. Where's my... have I got a calendar somewhere? Event 6, a calendar, thank you. We do get to go to Tondela again. And last time we were there, we stunk the place up. Let's have a look. Where did we finish? Yeah, 15th and 16th we finished up. Now, that was because I melted the tyres. But having someone with some heavy-duty expertise, it's £1 million, which would be a new part. But hopefully, Vanessa's going to stick with me for a while. So you never know. But with us only having 3 million left in the bank, and I have burned through a lot since the last race, I might have to pay a quick visit to Kurt sooner rather than later. Here's the gossip. What are we talking here? Garuda are likely to be the team to beat. Okay. Second place driver Scott Price of Vexala told us that I don't know if I've got what it takes to beat 00. Kitasato hoping to pick up a few points as well, and I don't care. Kurt, hello. Yeah, you're going to be very low on cash at the end of the season. Got it, Kurt. Right, now let's go talk to Kurt. He sent me an email. I'm going to send him a personal visit because, yeah, that's how we like to roll. There's something I've not hovered over before. That's nice. Home. Right, Kurt. Chairman's happiness. He is very happy. I always find this somewhere. Let's go do this. There we go. He is currently extremely happy. Good. Request additional funds. Income. Is that it? 1.5 million. You cheap git. I was hoping for at least 3, Kurt. I mean, come on. This is a high impact racing team here. We can't do it on a fiver. You sicken me. Oh well, never mind. Thanks, I suppose. Right, so our second new gearbox has been done for the season. Its reliability stinks, but a performance 324 of 336, that's lovely. We can now fit it to one of the cars. We're not going to fit it to one of the cars. We need to get it fixed up first. If I put it in one of the cars, it's going to break 20 minutes later. However, our other gearbox is now 93% reliable. That's good stuff there. So we're going to get the other one. Look at this 20% reliability. That's just terrible. But hey, oh no, it's all good. This is what we like to see. We'll get the secondary gearbox into a little bit of performance activity as well, and you never know, maybe that will pick up some pace somewhat as we get closer to the next race, which is in a day and a bit. So Luke Finley Maxwell is here from XBC Sport in that way that he so frequently is, reporting that Team Nordhagen, who I've not heard of, Gary Edwards, is going to retire at the end of the season, which is a great shame for all Nordhagen fans. So we are good to go to travel out to Munich. All that really remains here is to pick our sponsor. I think you know which way I'm going here. So in the Ardennes we managed, we didn't manage 6 in the Ardennes, did we? No, we didn't. Surely we didn't. I'd remember that. Anyway, we're going to select that we finished 10th, and we'll see how we manage to how we get out of that, if at all possible. On the part fitting side of things, let's have a quick look. Vanessa is filthy angry, yeah, I guess she's got every right to be so. But not to worry. I'll make it all better with the sweep of my managerial brush here. So there we go. We've got some good brakes on Hazel. Now remember, we need acceleration, deceleration, and some cornering for this one. The engine, yeah, I think we've gone the right way with that. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, the two cars aren't that dissimilar in terms of performance, although I'm about to stick a healthy looking gearbox on young Hazel's car there, but that will bump up the car quality some, and the suspension also looks pretty healthy, so you know, that's as good as it's going to get. Medium speed corners, we are absolutely lousy. It's a suspension ask for a medium speed corner, and we do not have it. Anyway, we are good to go. Hazel's content with his car. Vanessa's still upset. We're going to head out to the track now and hopefully hit up a practice session that will set the scene for another dramatic Bulldozer Power race. I hope to see you there. Catch you soon.